Hi, I'm Barbara Humpton. Welcome to the Optimistic Outlook podcast, and this is the last episode for 2024. What a year it's been, full of incredible conversations about the future of our factories, our energy grid, and our workforce. Thank you so much for being part of it. As we ring in the new year, I'm thinking about what's in store for 2025. And I'll tell you, we plan to really hit the ground running at Siemens, starting off the year at the biggest tech show in the world, CES. Now, a while back, a lot of folks would have wondered why Siemens was even at CES. Why were we at an exhibition founded with the focus on technologies created for consumers? Our company creates technologies for other businesses and governments, for industries and infrastructure. But this is where it gets interesting, because CES broadened its scope to a wider range of technology. And where is there a major growth area in tech right now? It's happening across a new industrial tech sector. The transformation of information technology, starting in the early 2000s, has come to the operational technology of the 2020s. I like to say IT is where data lives, but OT is where data acts. OT drives the physical operations and controls the equipment, machinery, and sensors across sectors forming the backbone of economies: industry, infrastructure, transportation. With OT, digital transformation has been much more of an evolution than a revolution. But that's starting to change. Public-private sector investment is refocusing on the physical world. Innovators are looking at how to bring back American industry and overhaul our infrastructure. And AI is changing everything. It's empowering customers to leverage data and advanced technologies like never before. Equipment, machinery, and operations in the physical world can now be brought online. And it's a huge market for reinvention. Legacy OT in the United States industries alone represent $2.65 trillion in value, which is where Siemens comes in, and why CES is exactly where we need to be. It's a major convening point for the new industrial tech sector we're ready to serve. We have deep domain expertise in factories, buildings, grids, and rail. And we've invested more than $20 billion in U.S. software companies since 2007. We can bring the technology revolution to industry, and we can bring the industrial revolution to technology. I think that may be the shift that really emerges in 2025. For years, we've awaited the fourth industrial revolution, and now that it's here, we're actually seeing the foundation being laid for an infinite industrial revolution, where industry, infrastructure, and transportation are continuously upgraded through software and smart systems. Think about the data that you find in a factory. Factories produce immense amounts of data, the equivalent of 500,000 movies a month. And with artificial intelligence, what we call industrial AI, we have the way to process and analyze that data all the time. We can use AI to make informed decisions. We can run design simulations before building things. We can predict maintenance needs. Everything can be optimized nonstop. Now, I want to cover a few more trends that intersect with the industrial tech sector in important ways. And I think it'll be front and center next year and well beyond. The first is a new age of electricity. With the AI boom and widespread electrification, the demand for power in the United States is rising. And we'll need to balance that demand for power with sustainability and affordability. We're going to be asking a lot of the power grid, but we have ways to prepare it with efficient and effective energy management. Again, here's where connectivity and advanced technology play a role. With digital tools, we can model energy flows. We can capture the data that will help us reduce energy consumption and emissions as well. And let me say this while we're on the topic of energy. Energy is prosperity. When we invest in our energy future, when we invest in the grid and bringing in renewables, other forms of power production, we're investing in our national competitiveness and in people's livelihoods. The business case is clear. The private sector is investing in clean tech, shifting to renewables, being more sustainable. It's no longer a sacrifice, but an advantage. Productivity increases. Costs decrease. Think about what we're seeing with solar and wind. They're already the lowest cost of new power production in the vast majority of situations. And prices are projected to keep falling. They could fall another 50% by the end of the decade. Another key trend is the rise of software-defined automation. You know, a famous 2011 op-ed proclaimed, "Software is eating the world." This concept is unfolding across the industrial tech sector as the role of software, which is already strong, only becomes stronger. It's happening as software development and AI continue to advance, and as we blur the lines between IT and OT. Software-defined automation is exactly as it sounds. It's developing products and processes that are defined by their software, and it's advancing a system in which software can play a central role in defining how hardware performs and is managed. What excites me is the opportunity for people to deploy proven IT workflows into OT, opening the possibility to virtualize built environments. A hardware-based vehicle, for example, is controlled by an array of automation systems embedded in the vehicle. A software-defined one is controlled by centralized software, connected with sensors and running on the cloud. Over-the-air updates replace visits to the service center. And this improves the user experience by making vehicles smarter and more adaptable, safer and higher performing, and less costly to maintain. Now picture a software-defined factory where thousands of automation control points can be managed centrally instead of needing to be individually programmed and maintained. We're going to see clicks of a button replace the sight of technicians pedaling on bicycles from one box to the next. Lastly, the other trend intersecting with the industrial tech sector is the democratization of technology. I believe this will continue to grow. It used to take specialized programming to run a machine in a factory. Only those with advanced skills could do it. Now, you can talk to a machine using natural language. What does that mean for our workforce? Will AI take our jobs? No. But we can work better, faster with the help of AI. Generative AI can be a key interface between humans and machines. And Siemens is working to develop this across the value chain with industrial co-pilots. Empowering workers with tech comes at a critical time. A skilled labor shortage has left hundreds of thousands of job openings in manufacturing in the United States in recent years. Even with perfect recruiting, we might not be able to draw in as many people as we need. We have to equip people with the tools that safely increase productivity. So in short, a recap of what we can look forward to in 2025 and beyond. The rise of a new tech sector, igniting an infinite industrial revolution. The acceleration of clean tech to remake power delivery, strengthen grids, and make us energy prosperous. A software-defined automation combined with the integration of industrial AI into our work processes so that we can all do more and do more safely. So what am I missing? I'd love to hear your predictions for 2025. Head to my LinkedIn newsletter. There's a link in the show notes. And let me know what you think. Thanks, as always, for listening. And I'm thanking you, especially Siemens employees gathered in conference rooms all across the United States. I know you're out there, and I'm so thrilled that you're part of this wonderful audience. Hey, everybody, keep an eye out for some updates from CES. I plan to bring some of my conversations on the show floor to this podcast and social media channels. Happy New Year, everyone, and best wishes for 2025.
Please follow us on social media and on your favorite podcasting platform. Thank you for tuning in.